have a good amount of returning players coming back, even though we graduated 5 senior starters last year. A lot of good experienced players stepping into those roles this year. Starting probably in the back line, we returned 3 of 4 starters, as well as we've converted a starting offensive player to one of our outside backs. So we have great experience in Jordan White, Emily Flanagan, Claire Coker, and Megan Van Kirk, who will likely to be our starting back 4. Jordan, as a senior captain, certainly the leader of that group. In the midfield, we return a couple of all-conference players as well. Kat Cazellas and Lindsay Hutton both have started since their freshman year there. And I think a couple of, again, veterans will be anchoring that midfield as well in Natalie Silk and Lindsay Reichert. And up top, probably is where our biggest question lies, having graduated our 2 leading scorers from last season. I'm thinking probably Ellen Benbow as well as Krista Heckman will certainly have a shot at making an impact there. In goal, Trish Winters didn't get a lot of playing time over the last couple of years because she was behind other players, but she will be the one this year. We have just her as far as an experienced returning goalkeeper. We had a pretty big class this year, 8 new freshmen and 1 sophomore who tried out for the first time. I would say 2 or 3 of them are going to see some time on the field and could have an impact for us. And the others, as a whole, I'm pretty happy with where they're at. Obviously, they've got to make the transition to the college level a little bit, but I think they're solid enough players to be able to do it, and they've certainly shown to be enthusiastic and hardworking as well. Probably the biggest key for us early on will be figuring out who's going to score some goals for us. Without the goal scorers that we had last year, that's a big question with us trying out a different formation this year to fit our personnel a little better. And I think another key is simply can some of our reserve players pick up their game quickly enough. We have a good solid core of those returning players, those veterans who have been out there, but we are going to have to rely on a few newer faces out there. Even though they're veterans, they haven't started before. So how quickly everybody picks up those roles and embraces those roles, I think, will also have an impact on how we do. Yeah, so it's kind of the first big milestone for us as a women's soccer program. This is our 25th year of women's soccer at Grove City. So we are trying to make an effort to give the girls some background of the first 24 years so they understand what kind of program we've built, what kind of legacy they are stepping into and called upon to preserve and advance. So it's just going to be kind of a fun year to try to connect with alums in that way and try to educate the current team as to the history of our program as a whole.